For 10 years, this man ordered pizza every single day. Then employees realized something was off. 48-year-old Kirk Alexander from Salem, Oregon, is a huge lover of pizza. He spent the last 10 years eating Domino's pizza nearly every day. Suddenly, one day, Alexander decided he wasn't going to order. The workers were confused and completely taken by surprise when they learned why. Before we start, can we get this video to 1,000 likes? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Pizza is one of those foods that are popular around the world and loved by everyone nationwide. In the US, more than 3 billion pizzas are sold every single year. Wow, that's a lot. In 2009, Fuller first was acquainted with Alexander when she first started working for Domino's. She started out as a delivery driver, so she got to know him. Fuller knew things about Alexander for sure. He worked from home. He didn't leave his home very often, and he had serious health problems in the past. After speaking to several neighbors, they started to learn more about Kirk. They said, "I knock on the door every once in a while, but sometimes he answers." Another neighbor, who lives across the street, added, "Very seldom does he ever answer the door." Other neighbors explained that while Kirk maintained his distance from people, he was a good guy. He visited the home of one neighbor, Ben Theodoredge, several times. He fixed their computers. He's quite a tech-savvy guy. Sarah explained that all the delivery men knew Kirk quite well. He saw them every day, and they naturally had conversations. This made sense to us. Strangely though, his order didn't come through the next several days. The staff started to feel unsettled. Initially, they imagined he was probably on a vacation of some sort. They carried on with their days, thinking that things would return to normal and Kirk would order soon. However, when this didn't happen, the team started to question where he was. This wasn't right. As more time went by, the delivery guys started to question about Alexander. Sarah went to check the system and noticed that it was already 11 days without an order from Kirk. Something was up. It wasn't typical of Kirk not to order for 11 days. At first, they thought they were maybe overreacting, but then they realized they couldn't ignore this. They knew Kirk would never randomly stop ordering unless it was something more serious. At that point, Sarah was certain something was going on. Kirk was quite a dedicated customer. He knew all the staff. He was a quiet man, but still friendly and kind. Sarah said he orders all the time, so we know him. Not only did the staff consider him a friend, but also his family. The employees also knew that it was way out of character for him to take long trips. Maybe he chose a new pizza place. What do you think? The employees really valued Kirk and looked forward to serving him every day. When the thought popped into their mind that he may have found a new pizza place, they weren't totally thrilled. They considered him a friend. While Kirk is a regular customer, that doesn't mean he has a regular order as well. He would frequently change things up and order every item on the menu. He really enjoyed all the Domino's menu had to offer. He didn't just order a simple cheese pizza every day. He was the kind of man who was excited to try all the items on the menu. When the staff created something new, they were excited for Kirk to give us feedback. He was like their taster. The Domino's workers were starting to get concerned about why he wasn't ordering from the restaurant. After weeks passed, Fuller sent an employee to go and see what was going on with Kirk. Sarah assigned the job to Tracy Hamlin. He drove over to Kirk's home, walked to the front steps, and saw the lights on inside. Then he noticed that the TV was on too. Something was fishy. During a slow night at the restaurant, Fuller decided it was time to start acting. He knocked on the door and waited for a response. Hamlin began knocking on the door, but Kirk didn't answer. He took out his cell phone and decided to ring him several times. When he received no answer repeatedly, he began to be concerned. Despite the sound and lights on, Kirk didn't answer the door. They decided to call his cell phone, but still no answer. After repeatedly phoning him, they decided to call 911 for assistance. Tracy, the delivery man, returned to the store and called 911. They explained to the operator that there was a customer who regularly orders, but didn't order for 11 days. They were getting concerned and wanted to speak to police. Then they were transferred to the county sheriff's department. Hamlin was shaky in his voice as he told the operator of the situation. He said that Kirk stopped ordering pizzas for 11 days and they'd never experienced this in 10 years. There was something strange going on. The police immediately headed over to Alexander's house, unsure of what they would find. They knocked on the door and shouted his name over and over. To their surprise, they heard a response from inside. It was someone requesting help. The police knocked the door down to see Kirk lying on the floor, feeling helpless. Soon enough, Alexander was taken to the hospital. The police said that it was clear that Kirk was in need of immediate medical attention. If they'd been just 1 day later, then Alexander probably wouldn't have made it. They learned that Kirk suffered from a stroke. Fortunately, the paramedics managed to stabilize him. At that point, nobody had any answers. There were no eyewitnesses, and nobody understood how long he was lying there. By the grace of God, police arrived in the nick of time. The medical staff even saved his life, and he was going to make a full recovery. The employees of Domino's couldn't believe it. They were so happy to hear this, and they managed to help. One of the employees said, "We want to give him flowers. Hopefully, he'll recover faster," knowing that people do care about him. It's so uplifting to see how people are willing to help each other in times of crisis. The staff went to visit Kirk at the hospital. They said it was not fully himself the first day, but then they returned, and he was doing much better. He was then moved to a rehabilitation center at the hospital and started coming back to normal. The director of public relations at Domino's headquarters in Ann Arbor, Michigan, said that Kirk is making a nice recovery. She also added how proud she was of the SAS behavior, which is consistent with the company. She added that while there are Domino's restaurants all around the world, each one is loyal to its neighborhood. This means that they get to know their customers and become like a family. Not only that, but there are several stories of Domino's helping loyal customers in many ways over the years. She commends them to this level of customer service. However, the staff at Domino's do not call themselves heroes. They believe that they're doing their job and checking up on people who order from them frequently. They didn't think it was appropriate to do nothing. The staff at Domino's really did something inspiring. The story got the attention of the media, and it was made viral. Now everyone knows about the story nationwide. Sarah had an interview with Good Morning America along with the assistant manager. They were asked to explain what happened afterward. They were commended for such a kind act. Also, they updated on Alexander's situation, since they visited him before. They discussed with the host that they visited him frequently to check on how he is and stay up to date while he was a bit out of it on the first day. By the next day, he was getting better. Even by the third day, he was moved to a completely new section of the hospital. Moments later, the employees were told some news that left them speechless. They said, "Since you guys are superheroes, we're going to send you to Captain America Civil War." They'd all received tickets, but that's not all. In addition, the corporate office at Domino's sent the managers and the delivery person who found Kirk to the Domino's Worldwide Rally. This is a yearly convention located in Las Vegas for Domino's members in every direction. The staff was getting the appreciation that they needed. The sheriff at Marion County thanked Mr. Hamlin. Without him, Kirk may not have gotten to the stable position he is now. They personally thanked him and said thank you Hamlin for his quick actions and willingness to take time out of his day to care for others. Wow, it's nice to see him get acknowledged. The employees continue to visit Alexander. They want to make sure he had everything he needed and was doing okay. They were determined that he had all he needed to feel comfortable up until now. Kirk is gradually recovering at the hospital. Hopefully he can get back soon and return to his normal routine of ordering Domino's pizzas.